Hello everyone, welcome back to your channel Metro Mom, and in today's episode I'll be sharing 5 viral DIYs inspired from Pinterest. Do hit the subscribe button so that you're not missing any of my video, and also don't forget to give us a thumbs up if you like this video. So the first DIY which I'm going to attempt is a pottery barn inspired faux stone vase. This is very popular these days all over Pinterest, Instagram. People are recreating them in their own way. So a lot of people are using glass vases for making them, but in our country we do not have thrift stores. So we have to consider budget as well. So I'm going to use this humble matka for creating this faux stone vase. I bought this terracotta vase from a local pottery shop for 100 rupees, and you can also easily find it anywhere. And we'll be needing some white cement, some regular grey cement, and we'll be adding some dirt from one of my garden pot. No, I am not crazy. This is part of the DIY. Adding dirt will give it that aged and textured look to our vase. I have added water into the mixture, and be careful, this mixture gets dry very quickly, so you have to work quickly, and this is a slightly messy project, so be prepared for it. So basically I have to stick this mixture all over the vase. You have to gently press the mixture onto the vase. You do not need any Fevicol or any glue for sticking this. Also, do not worry about the uneven surface because we want a natural aged look, so we are happy with the uneven look. And once you are done applying the mixture all over the vase, then you have to simply make a watery mixture of white cement and dirt, and then you have to rub it all over the vase so that you have a somewhat even look all across the vase. Gloves is highly recommended for this particular activity. I was having some trouble with my gloves, so I had to take it off, and once done, leave it for drying at least for 3 to 4 days. So the vase has dried, and now it looks like a legit stone vase, and we wanted to give it a more interesting look, so I'll be lightly sanding it in some areas. I will not be sanding in everywhere, but whenever I'll see a huge bump anywhere, I will slightly sand it, and once done, we will move on to the second step. So for the finishing touches, I'm going to apply some black acrylic color using the sponge, and we do not want the black color to completely take over this vase. We also want the white color to peep in from behind. So what I'll do, I will in between dip the sponge into water, squeeze it, and then apply it over the vase. So basically we will have a mixed pattern of grayish, white and black colors all over the vase, which will give it a aged stone vase look. Once done painting, you have to leave the vase for at least half an hour, and then you are done. Just love how this faux stone vase has turned out. It looks like a legit old stone vase, and I have added some dried flowers here, and I'm really loving it. You can keep it near your entryway, or you can cluster it with real plants. It looks really amazing. The textures look so interesting, and it is so budget friendly as well. Some cracks and uneven surfaces giving it all natural look, and I'm really loving this DIY, and I hope you guys also liked it. Now let's move on to our second DIY. So for the second DIY, I'll be making some English tea towels. Tea towels are very much back in trend, and everybody is making them or buying them. They are all over. Even Indian brands are making them. They look very amazing, especially the floral ones. So I'll do some quick jugaad for you so that you can also easily make one. So basically I'm using a canvas cloth, and I'll be cutting it in a proper tea towel shape. I know everybody is not comfortable painting such detailed floral designs, so I'll be using a Decor transfer sheet. This is an image transfer sheet from itsybitsy.com, and I love these beautiful floral vintage style designs. So I'll be using them for giving my towel a old vintage English towel look. So I'll be using all the 4 designs, but I'm going to show you 2 designs so that you get an idea how to use these transfer sheet. So first you have to take the transparent sheet off from the top, and then you have to stick it upside down. and press it gently with your hands. Once you are done, then take a sponge, dip it in water and squeeze it, and then you have to gently dab it all over the design until you start seeing the design. Make sure the sheet is wet completely, otherwise the design will not get transferred onto the fabric. Once done, then gently pull out the upper sheet, and then your design is just ready. Now using the same process, I am going to apply other sheets as well onto this tea towel, and for making it secure, I am going to apply at least 2 to 3 coats of varnish. This varnish is also from Itsy Bitsy, and I will link it in the description box. This is very important for keeping this design safe, because we have not printed or painted it. This is a slightly delicate print. Now we want to create basically paint some stripes around this design for that vintage tea towel look, and using a masking tape I am marking the areas where I want to paint. So basically we'll be painting stripes, and in between 2 masking tapes we'll be painting, and you can do it using a scale as well. You can use a pencil. It is totally up to you how you want to do it. Now our striped borders are almost ready. We do not want a closed borders. We'll be having a open style of borders. You will understand it once I'll show you the final look of this tea towel. So for painting these stripes, I'll be using this vintage teal color, basically vintage green color, which goes perfectly with our design. So we are done painting the borders, and now I'll hand stitch the open edges. You can machine stitch as well, it's totally up to you. And just like that, our very own English tea towel is ready. It looks so beautiful, so amazing. I can't wait to use it for my next tea party. If you want to use this tea towel for longer time, then I have a suggestion for you. Use this very delicately, very occasionally for your tea parties or things like that. You can use it for dry wiping down your crockeries, and if you want to wash it, then wash it in cold water using some mild detergent and hand wash it. Do not machine wash it, otherwise the design will come off. Use it occasionally or for decor purposes, because the print is quite delicate, but it looks amazing. Moving on to our third DIY, we are going to make clay tack jar. These are very popular and very easily doable. You can also find them in Indian stores. Like this one is from West Side Home. You can easily find them in their home section. So for making the clay bottleneck tag, I am going to use this molded. This is sort of a clay from Fevicryl, but this is much budget friendly. This will hardly cost you ₹20 per pack. So basically it comes with 2 packets, and you have to mix them so that you get a smooth clay kind of paste, and then we will make it in a round shape so that we get that tag shape. So basically you have to mix them using your hand, just like you make chapati, and then using a rolling pin you can give it a round shape, and then you can gently make it firmer using your fingers. This is not very complicated. And then we want to make a hole, so I'm using a metal straw for making a hole. You can use any round thing to make that hole, and then leave it for drying at least overnight. Once dried, I have given it a coat of white acrylic paint, and now using a sketch pen I am writing whatever I want to write on this tag. Basically I want to use it for organizing my pantry, so I'm writing oats on it, and then I will use a black acrylic color and paint over it. And just like that, our tag is ready, and now we'll be adding a rope to it so that we can hang it around the jar. So you can use a thin jute twine for making this. So basically you have to take the two open edges and pull it from the other side of the tag, and basically we will be giving a box knot to this rope. And we are done. So using this process you can easily organize your pantry. You can wrap it around any jar. So I'm using this bunny jar for storing the oats, and now I will easily know which jar is having oats in it. This was such a fun and easy DIY, and there are so many ways of doing it. You can even use a cookie cutter for making your clay tag, and you can paint it in different colors. So it is such a fun DIY. You can do it over the weekend. Next we're gonna make this Urban Outfitter inspired vase. This is very popular. Everybody is doing it. I have seen thousands and thousands of people doing this DIY, and this is such a fun way to use your old bottles and vase and jar, anything. Literally you can do this DIY for any round or circular vases and jars. So for this particular project I'm again going to use this molded clay which we have used in the earlier DIY, and I'll be mixing them, and we basically want to create handles for the bottle. So basically we have created this long cylindrical shape using the clay, and now I am going to cut it in two parts so that we have two handles for the vase. Using my fingers I am going to make it a little bit more smoother, more firmer, and I am going to give it a semi-circle shape so that it looks like a proper handle. Obviously both of them are not going to look exactly similar because these are handmade, but that is the beauty then. I have attached these handles onto this pint bottle using synthetic glue. You can even use a glue gun for this purpose, and you have to leave them at least overnight. Now for painting this vase, I want to use the baking soda technique for the terracotta finish. I have already shown this technique in my last Pinterest inspired video. The video link is available in the I button, so you can click it and watch it if you have not seen it already. So basically you have to make a mixture of baking soda and acrylic paint. Basically you have to create a thick mixture but not too much thick. Basically you have to keep a proportion of 50-50 of both paint and baking soda and leave it for a few minutes, and then you can start painting using a regular paint brush. I have to give this bottle at least 2 coats of this textured paint for that proper finish. Once the bottle dries, then you will see the magic of baking soda and you will have a nice textured look all over the bottle. Let the bottle dry, and just like that you are done with your Urban Outfitter inspired vase. This is looking so beautiful, so interesting. You can use it for styling your shelves, your floating shelves, or you can keep it in any corner of your room. You can use it for styling your TV consoles. There are endless possibilities using this bottle. You can even add different style of handles on different bottles and you can create a cluster. This is such a fun DIY. For the last and fifth DIY, we are going to make these minimalistic bells. These are all over Pinterest and they look super amazing. So people usually make it using air dry clay, but I'm going to go for a much cheaper option and I'll be using our easily available chai kulhards for doing this DIY. So to begin with, we want to make a hole on the top of this kulhad. So I'll be using a pointed nail for this purpose, and to begin with we'll be sticking 2 pieces of this cello tape so that we can drill the hole easily. We can make the hole easily without breaking this mug, and we'll be also stuffing this cloth inside this mug so that the mug stays safe, because this is a very delicate terracotta mug, so this is very weak, so we have to make sure we are not breaking it. And you can use this technique with mugs as well or with any ceramic pots. This is a very handy hack. So after sticking the tape, you have to stuff the cloth inside of the mug so that you are not breaking the mug, and then you have to gently keep tapping the nail until you make a hole. And just like that, your hole is easily done. This is very clean, and without breaking this delicate mug, we have made this hole. So we are done with the first step. You can apply the same technique for creating holes in the other 2 mugs. Basically, we are using 3 terracotta chai mugs for this DIY. And once you are done making the holes, you can paint some minimalistic designs on them. Sadly, I've lost the clipping where I was painting these kulhards, and for making the bells, I'm using these wooden beads which will act as bells. You can also use the molded clay for making any sort of bells. It's totally up to you, but I wanted to give them a more natural, earthy look, so I went with these beads. And apart from that, we are using jute twine as well for hanging these bells. So you have to take 3 twine pieces, but make sure they are in different length, because we want to hang the bells at different heights. And then at the loose end, you have to put the bead in, and then you have to make a knot so that the bead is not coming out of the rope. Ideally, the bell should touch the inner surface of the mug so that you have that bell sound. Obviously, we are not going to have that bell sound because we are using a wooden bead, but you get the point, right? So you have to tie another knot in the inner section so that the bead stays at proper height. If you want to add a bit more character to this bell, then you can give a knot on the top as well, and then you are done. You can follow the same steps for adding wooden beads to the other 2 mugs, and then you are done. Now we have to simply hang them in a cluster form. We have to make sure all the bells are hanging at different heights and they are not touching each other. Designs are properly visible. Once you are done arranging them, then you can give a top knot, and then you are ready to hang them. And we are done. Our very own earthy sustainable garden bells are ready. They are looking so beautiful. I love the minimalistic design. They are looking perfect with my mustard balcony wall, and they add so much character to my garden. They are super budget friendly and I loved making them. I hope you guys enjoyed rest of the 4 DIYs as well, and I had so much fun shooting this video. And if you like this video, do give us a thumbs up and also share your feedback in the comment section, and I will see you soon next week.